Elegbete TV Radio. Elegbete TV Radio. We dare to lead.
Mesdemoiselles, mesdames et messieurs, je vous dis bonsoir. Je m'appelle Commandant et ce soir, je suis avec Elegbete sur Elegbete TV Radio.
This is radio like you never heard before. Elegbete TV Radio, the pathfinder for radio.
We got a group going on. All right, good morning and welcome to the Sports Buffet on the Elegbete TV Radio. My name is Idafe Matthew. You love to come in the Elegbete One of Sports. It's a lovely time to be alive, as I always say. How was the weekend? How you doing? How's everything? And finally, a Salah went by without us seeing the goat meat. My Muslim brothers, now I don't know. No wahala. They removed subsidy for goats too, Abi. Well, I'm not alone in the building. I've got my Gen Z intern with me. Joy Bassi, not relative of Hida Bassi. Joy Bassi, good morning. How was your weekend? That's your mom, your sister, and everybody in the house.
It was fine, thank you.
And did you scoop up anything from the weekend? People still talking about the video, like, what's their business? I don't understand. What's their business? But did you scoop anything from the weekend?
Yes, I scooped something that weekend.
What are the things you scoop?
Like on Saturday, the King of the Netherlands apologized for the slavery, for his part of the part of the Netherlands in the slavery.
The apology is needless. They should pay reparation.
Like it's so long ago.
They should pay reparation and stop reminding us of injuries that we're trying to forget. If they really are sorry, they should return all the things that they stole from us and then pay for the 400 years of slavery. So for every country that they were involved in, calculate the wages of the workers and pay back to the treasury of the country. That's the only way you can tell me you're sorry, and I would kind of like, okay.
Wouldn't be able to afford, that's the question.
Yeah, they would. So it's not like, oh, they are going to like bust their treasury and just pay. What they'll do is they'll do what they call schedule payment. It's like when I owe you debt. If I owe you $1 million and I'm earning, say, 150,000 naira, I can come to you and tell you that, listen, I have 300,000 naira saved up in the bank. I earn 150,000 naira every month. I would really, really love to pay the money, but I can't pay in one. I can't pay in one tranche. So please allow me to pay the money in batches. So I'll first off give you the 300,000 naira as an advance payment, and then every month I'll be paying 50,000 naira. Like that, so there'll be remaining 700,000 and 50,000 every month. Could take forever, but it's better than me owing you forever. So they could schedule it as okay.
But what about the economy? Like, if they decide to do that, won't it affect them?
No, I don't think. No, it will not affect their economy because first of all, Europe runs a very buoyant economy.
So like the Netherlands.
I'm coming. Yeah, I'm coming. And the Netherlands right now still borrow money through the Paris Club and the IMF to other countries. So it doesn't really affect the economy like that. First, you have to calculate if you're really sorry, because there's this thing I used to say to people when I was growing up, like, listen, telling me you're sorry does not mean I forgive you. Okay, you're sorry, yes, that's your business, but it doesn't remove the thing that you've done to me. I'm going to be able to sit back, observe, and know if you're truly sorry or you're not. And then if I think you're sorry, I could forgive you. And so in a nutshell, if so all of a sudden everybody's becoming born again, becoming soft and weak, and I'm suspicious of an environment like that. If they're really sorry, calculate the cost, what you cost in that 400 years of slavery, and say, okay, this is our own cost. This is what we will pay back to Ghana. This is what we pay back to Nigeria. This is what we pay to Benin Republic, Togo, and the rest of them. and then start paying that money in installments. That's one. Another way you could say, okay, we want to come to your country, we'll build you railway system, we'll build you train, we'll build you school as part of our token, the tokenism is not good anyway, but as part of our penance for what we did during slavery, for the role we played during slavery. And it will just set a tone in motion for other people to follow cue. But not even Netherlands, I'm not really bothered about Netherlands. Slavery is still going on. There are 16 or so, 19 francophone countries in Africa. They are still being controlled and manipulated by France to the tune of $500 billion every year. Almost every country that uses the CFA. Meanwhile, France does not use the CFA. France uses the euro. All the countries that uses the CFA in Africa, their central bank is in France. They cannot sell their goods to any other country. France still have first option on them. France still decide who become their president. So that's the real problem. That if we want to face any problem, if we want to deal with any problem, that's the real one. And I wonder why all of them cannot just come together and say, okay, we're pulling out of the stronghold of France, and then obviously France will liquidate, okay? But who cares if France liquidate? France can't win the World Cup right now without African players. France can't achieve any major success with the role of Africans in it. And they see gallivant and parabolate and act like, oh, they are so important to the scheme of things. And so even the Netherlands coming to apologize, I'm always asking, what did the Netherlands even do during the slavery? I mean, King Leopold did worse in the Congo. They've not come out to even acknowledge it, not talk about apologizing. The crown on the head of King Charles was on the head of Queen Elizabeth for years. It's a diamond a stolen diamond from Africa. So if we're really going to have this conversation, it's going to be a holistic one. So a mere stupid political apology, as far as I'm concerned, doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah. Then instead of Nigeria, they stay with Akukaton.
Oh, okay. What's she cooking?
She left halfway to the show. So she was going to cook for 150 hours.
Okay, 150 hours.
Yeah,
she stopped.
Yes. She said she offered that to eat.
In Abbas, not be your mate to.
Somebody like she said to stop it at this point. What is going on Instagram? We're making it to me to like anytime goodness or because it's Nigeria that turning it off. Can't take it seriously.
Guinness Book of Record does not want to even hear. Once you call Nigeria, no, we're not interested anymore. But I think, for me, I think that I like the fun that comes with it. The ones that are serious, like what Ida Bassi did. The thing about us is once we see one person doing something, it has always been like that. It's not new. It's not the first time thing. This is what we do. Once one person, I remember comedy became a big thing. Everybody wants to be comedian. But skit making became a big thing. Everybody wants to do skit. Today in the sports space, I'm just praying that the energy to do sports, especially within the Nigerian league, becomes a big thing. I want to see everybody jumping on trying to do content within the Nigerian league, whether it's the NNL, the MPFL, the NLO, and grassroots. Like it should proliferate, it should be everywhere. And people are like, what the hell is going on? Everybody, I'm waiting for that day, probably because there's not much money like you have in the other, content creators space anyway. But let's continue with you before I deep dive into sports.
And now we have this youth teenager that's reportedly they've taken a result after she faked a WAEC results, and she got the 3 million scholarship for it. Like,
oh my god!
They're taking a result and everything back.
Oh my god! They took the scholarship back.
3 million. Fake results.
Well, we had the president for 8 years. I don't know whether I get result or whether the result even fake. Like I don't even know where to stand with that one, Sha. They say use light bill. I don't know how true that is. I'm not justifying what the person did. I'm just saying.
What justification is that?
No, I'm not justifying it. I'm just saying that we live in a country where somebody have used light bill to be our president before. So, what the head does, we water down on the rest of the body. I'm just saying. Not excuse. I'm not excusing it. I'm not saying, fake result is nice. But I'm just saying, hey. We've had a fake. I think so, yeah. Is that follow the leader. That's the word. Everything rises and falls on leadership. Yeah. Is that all we've got from your head?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so let me get into my sports box and do my sports thing. the way I know how to do it. Okay. Guys, good morning and welcome to this first buffet. Once again, my name is Idafe Mathias, and that's been Joy Bassi feeding us with what's going on outside there. Somebody cooking and taking a break. What the heck is wrong with these people? Somebody faking results to get a scholarship and then they take it back. What the heck is wrong with these people? Netherlands king coming out to apologize. Oh, was sorry for the role we played. Let me shut up. Shut up. Come on, pay reparation. Let's understand that you're sorry. What kind of sorry is that? I'm sorry, I'm making your papa and mama or no verse, Sorry, take it like that. Also. I'm gonna kill you too. I don't know. Okay, so let's take it one step at a time. Francis Fabregas have finally decided to call it quits with football as a player. And that doesn't mean, he still owns he's co-owned a football club with Thierry Henry and some other guys. That's one. And then is also everybody are picking him up like, he's going to be a very good coach because of the way he plays. There's a headline that I love about the Fabregas story. That's very, very nice. I mean, I'm an Arsenal fan, so I know Fabregas a whole lot. I watch him score against Wolves. I was the youngest Arsenal player to score in the Premier. Is it Carabao Cup or Cup in the league or any competition? Before Etienne Nwaneri became the youngest player to play in the Premier League, blah, blah, blah. But this is Happy Jensen's put it said, Fabregas played like a man when he was still a boy, made crucial contributions for Spain. He never lost appetite despite frustration, and he could become a top coach. I don't know what you think, but that's a very beautiful tribute. This is one on the right. I see some players are already veterans when they kick their first ball in the senior football. It's always felt that way with World Cup winner Cesc Fabregas, who announced his retirement this weekend. There seems never to have been a time when he was a raw and inexperienced prospect. He played like a man when he was still just a boy and had knows word-weary coaches such as Luis Aragonés, Arsene Wenger knew it from the very first time they set their eyes on him. Wenger gave him the debut for Arsenal when he was 16, having smashed him from the cradle of the peeved FC Barcelona. He then threw him the captain's armband when he was only 21. So that's a whole lot to talk about Cesc Fabregas. I mean, from an Arsenal's perspective, or from a Chelsea perspective, or from a Barcelona perspective, from a global perspective as a Spanish national team player, contributing the pass that led to the World Cup win and, scoring penalties and the Euros and all that. Everything is done in football. One player that I consider perfect is Cesc Fabregas. Man, he's perfect. For everything he won in the game of football, I think he deserved it over and over. One Arsenal player that I think was a fantastic servant of the club. He gave his all, threw pizza at Sir Alex Ferguson. That's what you want anyway against a rival coach. A true pizza at Sir Alex Ferguson, not deliberately, but I mean, Sir Alex Ferguson received it. And all of the things that he gave to the game. I think on the show today, if you know Cesc Fabregas, I mean, we have a lot of Jersey. I mean, you don't know who Cesc Fabregas is. Okay, I know you don't know who Cesc Fabregas is. But if you know Cesc Fabregas and you're watching, you could drop a line for Cesc Fabregas. What your most memorable Cesc Fabregas moment on the show today, whether on Instagram or YouTube. But beyond that, let's talk about Liverpool small a little. Yeah, we talk about Arsenal. We're still going to talk about Arsenal during the course of the season. But let's talk about Liverpool small. Last season, they said that Liverpool's reason why they didn't make the top four, why they failed, was the fact that they had midfield issues and then the defense was not doing well. Well, towards the end of the season, they decided to do, Jurgen Klopp decided to drop his gegenpressing guitar and decided to play the piano or the harmonica of Pep Guardiola. Jurgen Klopp said, this hard metal thing, this devil sound is not working anymore. Let's play harmonica. Let's take Cherry Wire, Georgia Wire. Let's take it easy. Let's not... not be every time that they use power. Sometimes, they say that one mosquito patch for your scrotum. You did not say negotiation also still the work. Violence is not everything. So they brought Trent Alexander-Arnold into the midfield, and they wrap up the end of the season very well. Just Manchester United was just too far ahead of them because Manchester United was also fumbling and Newcastle was fumbling at some point, but then they didn't make the top four. Now they brought in some good midfielders. They just signed in for 60 million Dominic Szoboszlai into the team, and then they brought in some other players, and it's still like they're still looking to sign some more players. Do you sit back and look at Liverpool and say, if they don't make the top 4 this season. I'm not saying they're going to win the league title. They will definitely not win the league title. But if they don't make the top 4, does Liverpool have an excuse? And in Dominic Szoboszlai, actually, they finally got a replacement for Steven Gerrard. He can track back and tackle. He can pass short and long. He can shoot from a distance. He can arrive at the box and score. He can make a final pass, or in the new generation analysis, them Bamiji, the TSL people will tell you the secondary pass. Okay, he can make the secondary pass and he can make the final pass as well. Then the university pass, primary, secondary, university pass, all those passes. Passe. Is that not what you guys say in France? In all those your French countries? What's it called? Joy. Le passé. Is that not what you people say in all these Francophone countries? So he can le passé. He can pass very well, and like says Fabregas, he can also shoot, and he's not shy to get into the tackle. He might not slip up like Steven Gerrard, but then if you slip up, it's not going to be bad because he's wearing the jersey of Steven Gerrard. If you understand what I mean, as a Chelsea fan, you should be able to understand what I mean. So, is there any excuse for Jurgen Klopp after the players that he signed so far, giving number 8 to Dominic Szoboszlai, and immediately they gave him the number 8 jersey. This guy went to go and tattoo Steven Gerrard on his body. And Manchester City are also edging close to signing Josko Gvardiol to become the most expensive player in the history of football. Well, there's one player talking about money. One player I was saying, listen, I don't have any point to prove. If you want to win Champions League, it's your business. If you don't want to win Champions League, it's not your business. If you want to win league title, it's your business. But anybody that is coming for me, please, 240 million is the minimum that I need. If you can pay me 240 million, pay me, not be the transfer fee. I'm okay. I will play anyway, even if it is Eibar, who we're hearing that the new governor have kicked out IRC and have brought in Kanwako. Oh, recipe for disaster. And I remember Eibar, water and away my ayo, water and away my ayo. Well, let's leave it first. I'm still waiting for the official announcement. So it's rumor. But like I said, I don't do breaking news, so I'm not really going to get into all of that. But let's look at it from that angle. Again, Lewis Hamilton can't drive to save his life anymore. Every circuit that he's conquered before, he goes there and he's a disgrace. To the point that Toto Wolff have to tell him, shut up and drive. You know, because he was complaining, he was whining, he was groaning, he was saying all the things. And then they were like, oh, God, shut up. Man, what's up? We'll go nowhere. Shut up and drive. It could be my memory journey. Well, I'm not going to get involved in the whole drama around Australian cricket versus England cricket at the Lords and whatever, Edgbaston or whatever they call themselves. But no, I don't want to get involved in it. I don't know anything about cricket. I don't want to put myself there. But I know a little about tennis. And I have a sister, Ufama Magdemont, who is a tennis buff, who always give me all the gist about tennis, and then there's Dumebi there who also give me all the heads up about tennis. Wimbledon starts today, and the Murray is going to be playing against Randy or so, a fellow Briton. Briton will be in the next round definitely. But Novak Djokovic is the guy that everybody is looking at. Would he win his 8th Wimbledon title? This is Wimbledon, not Wimbledon. Wimbledon title. I don't know. And then there is the massive boxing bout that is on the card. Eddie Hearn has said that the battle between Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder has been agreed in principle in Saudi Arabia. But before then, there is the Anthony Joshua versus Dillian White. There is the, what's it called? Tyson Fury and all that. Let's see how it goes. Let's not forget that before they even start, Nicaragua is already out of Wimbledon as the Australian withdrawing due to wrist injury. You know, the hand is one of the most powerful assets of the sports. And then England under 21 at the Euros, they're doing well. They've not considered a goal. They are in the semi-finals. They will play against Israel on Wednesday. They beat Portugal in the quarterfinals by a goal to nothing. They've not considered a goal in this tournament. They play well. Back in the day when Nigeria will use players that are established in top clubs, people will say we are using overage players. Well, England are now using established players that have won Premier League titles, players that have won FA Cup, players that have achieved a lot, and everybody's okay. It's okay, nothing wrong with it. Well, people say that the man that will stand between Novak Djokovic and his 8th Wimbledon title is Carlos Alcaraz. Okay, I don't know how true that is, but Carlos Alcaraz is a player to look out for. Would they meet each other? Would they get to beat each other in the finals? I don't know, but let's see how it goes. Novak Djokovic is a train that cannot be derailed right now, but you never can tell. You never know when these things happen. So let's keep our fingers crossed and see how it goes. That's all the talking point that we would have to discuss on the show today. But before I get on board talking about you guys, your tribute for Cesc Fabregas, your talk about Jurgen Klopp and his Liverpool signings and all that, and the other ones. Let's look at what is cooking in the transfer market. Okay, the gossip that we're hearing. What are people saying? What Fabrizio Romano saying? What's the Athletic saying? What is the Daily Mail saying? What's the Mirror saying? Who's going where? What is happening? Well, people saying that Kylian Mbappe, the African in him, all of a sudden now it's not the African. The African in him is now beginning to show up. He loves money more than he loves the game. And I'm like, okay, but this guy's won the World Cup, played in the finals of the Champions League, won the French League, played in 2 finals of the World Cup at this age already. Come on, even Messi didn't play in 2 finals at that age. Not trying to compare him with Messi, I'm just saying, right? And all of a sudden he says he should be paid what he's worth, and everybody's saying he loves money. I don't understand that part of the conversation, but whatever you guys think about it, tell me what you think about it. I mean, if it was a basketball player that was asking for that kind of money to do a trade, nobody's going to. If a basketball player that is going into free agency and he names his price, nobody's going to have a question about it. Why is it that when it happens in football, you don't love the game anymore, you love money more than the game? The game is about passion. A passion I will go show. Has it not been playing for passion since? As a Wenger, you play for passion. You have to have the passion when you play the game. It's a game of passion. No, this is not a game of passion. This is a game of money. You have money. You can control everything that happens around you. You don't want to passion. Passion is not good for the game. If you use the passion to play the game, you end up like some Nigerian ex-players that played for passion and they didn't have any money. So it's money that they need. They don't need passion. Sorry, my guys. I'm just trying to be dramatic a bit. Okay, let's look at the transfer. I mean, I see you. Oluchi Gilmo. I cite you there too, like Cite Abaka. Okay, RB Leipzig and Croatia defender Josko Gvardiol 21 is close to a record £86 million move to Manchester City. Let's see how that deal goes through. But looking at Man City from last season, they had a full complement of defenders, even so good that they could spare a space for midfield for a defender called John Stones. Why are they signing a defender for that kind of money? Well, I don't know. Let's keep our fingers crossed and see how it goes. I'm not complaining about the money. I'm just saying, do they need a defender? What are they going to? They won the treble last season. What are they going to win again that they've not won? Okay, they want to win the World Club Championship anyway. Let's see. Paris St-Germain and France forward Kylian Mbappe 24 wants a package worth at least £206 million to join any club this summer. Oh my God. I wish I didn't get joined. I wish I come in this generation. I need to go and start training one of my sons. I know my first son would not even play football. But at my last born, it does look like he'll play football, You know that the father of Erling Haaland collected, is it 40 million or 20 million for sperm allowance? That's, my sperm has produced a one bitter. Let's see. I think I need to look for a nearby field now and start investing in his football career. And let's see where it goes. Newcastle United are interested in 2 England midfielders in Manchester City's Kevin Phillips, 27, and Chelsea's Conor Gallagher, 23. But a move for Southampton's English defender Tino Livramento, 20, has reached a stalemate because of the fee. Well, Newcastle, I'm assuming that Newcastle have a lot of money, but they are still being tricked. They are still, putting akagom in their hand and making it like this, holding things tight like monkey. Okay, not saying that monkey, if you hold something, they let go. That they're holding things tight seriously and they're not letting go at all. But they are akagom or aradite or cascamite or something. They're just holding it tight there. They're keeping it glued, to their hand, spending the money carefully. Aymeric Laporte is attracting interest from Arsenal and Juventus, with the 29-year-old France centre-back facing an uncertain future at Manchester City. I don't think Arsenal need him, but I don't know what you people think. I would like to hear your opinion on this one. Manchester City are keen. I think that Arsenal should go and sign for Fana from Monaco. I just think that guy is a player that Arsenal needs. But hey, who am I? What do I know? Okay, I know nothing. I'm just a bloody football analyst in Nigeria here. Manchester City are keen to keep England right back. Walker 33, who has been the subject of an interest for Bayern Munich, and will offer the defender a new contract, according to Fabrizio Romano. Lyon have made an offer worth 25 million euros, which is 21.5 million pounds, for 24-year-old Chelsea and USA winger Christian Pulisic, okay, who's also been a subject of a 14 million euro, 12 million pounds bid from AC Milan. AC Milan don't get money again. All right, AC Milan, they look for Chipatico. Okay, Chelsea defender Cesar Spilicueta will join Atletico Madrid on a 2-year deal this week, with the Blues prepared to let the 33-year-old leave for free. Thank you, that good and faithful servant. You can go for free. Let's not stand as obstacle in your way. When I see lawman truck moving in and out of Chelsea, taking away waste, taking away rubbish, but I don't see any arrival bus from the airport taking players from the airport to Chelsea. Are they going to Pochettino? Are you going to repeat what you did at Tottenham Hotspur? Let's know up front where you coached a team that did not sign any player in 2 transfer windows. Are you trying to repeat it? Is it only when you become a coach that your club does not sign players? I don't know. Chelsea fans, please, what is the plan? We're saying departure. At your airport, is it only departure? Arrive another day, plane they come. Okay. Brentford have agreed a club record fee of £23 million. Wow. To sign 22-year-old Republic of Ireland centre-back Nathan Collins from Wolves. £23 million is the record for that club. Okay. Serie A champions Napoli have seen a bid of 35 million euros rejected by Wolves for another of their centre-back, 26-year-old English centre-back Max Kilman, according to the Athletic, okay, which is based strictly on subscription. Former Fulham loanee Manon Solomon, 23, is set to join Tottenham, with the Londoners agreeing a 5-year deal with the Israel international due to his contract with Ukrainian side Shakhtar Donetsk being suspended. Well, Spurs are signing players, but there's only one good player that I think they've signed, Madison. All the rest are Sherry. If you don't know what Sherry is, now you know. You didn't really hit back in the day, now you know. West Ham have made a formal approach for Leeds United 24-year-old American defender Tyler Adams. Whether they will sign him or not, we don't know. How much is involved, they didn't mention, but just they just knocked the door. They just knocked the door. Hey, Kokoko, who's there? Who are you? We're coming. We want to see somebody. The flower is in this compound. Okay, they've not collected the list. When they collect the list, we will know. Everton are believed to have offered either English striker Ellie Sims, 22, or France forward Neil Maupay, 26, in exchange for 25-year-old English defender Scott Watson, who plays for Blackburn Rovers. Life not bad. They come to use you as a wrapping gift to take another one. That's how your career not bad, Rich. Luton Town. This Maupay played for my FPL team last season. So you bad, Rich. No wonder I never feel rise on the table. No wonder I don't Borisha. Last season was my first time. I could learn this FPL team. At some point, if I even forget after the World Cup, I forget whether I get one FPL team. And go check 9 of my players, my 11 starters, all of them they injured. Some of them I don't even move to another league. They're sitting for my team. I have to know that my Umbori are first class, my Legberin is first class. Luton Town are in touch with Birmingham City to sign Dutch winger. You know this guy I played for Man United one time. Tahith Chong. I think I have Dutch players having that kind of name. He's 23 from the Championship club. Former Manchester United and Nottingham Forest midfielder Jesse Lingard 30 is training with MLS side Inter Miami following when Rooney denied the England international will join DC United. Hey, carry your character. Go, don't come and spoil my work here. I'm a young coach trying to grow. I don't want to do eye service and lose my job. I don't want to do nepotism like Buhari and lose my job. Okay, former Juventus and Paris Saint-Germain Italy goalkeeper Gianluca Buffon, who is 45 years of age, has been offered a £25 million a year deal to move to Saudi Arabia Pro League. And then I saw somebody make a post on social media that was funny. Say, Gianluca Buffon, I beg tell us, if you owe mafia money, Moku contribute and Moku pay. because this one, so bless you want to kill yourself. But at 45, you know, football has changed, and a lot of people are not accepting that football has changed. You can at 45 still play because now people eat differently, people cater for themselves differently, people look different. I'm 45, so it's my age mate. If I didn't have a knee injury, like knee problem, I think I would still be playing football. I get many people where they play currently while I play ball pass. So I cannot sit here and ever agree say was Simon play ball pass me. I know that I'd rather die. Or Chuku is in, nah, they can't cross the ball to save their life. And I'm an expert in crossing the ball. See, I don't care how you dribble as a wide man. If you cannot cross the ball, you're not sabi. If you don't know the difference between when you are in the box, you're not supposed to cross, you're just supposed to cut back. You're not sabi play ball. And that's like my specialty, right? I'm not trying to run them down. I'm just saying that if I didn't have a bad left knee, I would still be playing football right now. So other people that are complaining, I don't understand why you're complaining. And let's go to another old man in this conversation, okay? Not really that old, but old anyway. What's his name now? Where did I stop? Okay, Sergio Ramos, who is 37 years of age, I've been identified as the next target for Inter Miami. I don't understand. Is that supposed to be a growing club or a pension club? Well, they say the people that they bring in is increasing sales of jerseys, merchandise, and ticket sales. So that's a positive on its own. Okay, so let's see. With the MLS club keen on the former Madrid and Paris Saint-Germain center back after spent international recently became a free agent. Okay, Americans like free agency anyway, so there's nothing wrong with it. Let's come back to you guys now. Your tribute for Cesc Fabregas, your thought on Liverpool signings, and where you think they most likely going to end the season. And Chelsea, a lot of outgoings, no incoming. I worry a bit. Not like I really care whether Chelsea succeed or not, but you know, I mean, I've got my younger brother who supports Chelsea, and he's not really good with stress. Little things stresses him. I'm not seeing him today. I think he's not around today, but he will come. He will join us. You know, I don't want him stressed. Not like I like Chelsea to win anything. And Chelsea have also in the last 20 years have been one of the best teams in European football. Top four best teams in European football. You call Real Madrid, Barcelona, Bayern Munich, Chelsea. You know, those are the top four. And all of a sudden, they're not looking like they are FC Taraba or like. Alex Otti is their new governor and is trying to destroy the team. I don't understand anyway. A lot of outgoing, no incoming, but the team, the transfer window just open. Okay, July is the official opening date of the transfer window, and that's why club like Arsenal have been waiting so that the book, the book of reckoning, the FFP book, the transfer will shift into this new year, not the old calendar year. And so when you hear that they've not completed the transfer of those players, not because they don't want to complain, they want to make sure he enter into a new record. The Lord will do a new thing. You remember, every new year, Nigerian pastors will tell you that it's a year of new beginning. So Arsenal, you know, most clubs in Europe now are now also operating in the law of the year of new beginning. Okay, let's go to Instagram and feel the pulse of the people and see what some of you guys have said there, and then we'll move on. Hey, my guy, Adesemoye Daniel, he says special hailing. I'm so happy to catch your live broadcast today. How you doing? How you picking? Everybody, as wifey, how you doing in your country while we're here in our country as well? Mr. Canada. Sexy still _ Jack. He said, Sex made me love Arsenal Football Club. I was hurt to see him play for Chelsea, but I still adore him. I wish him the very best in the future. What a player he was. Was I really hard to see him play for Chelsea? No, at some point I just realized that players need to succeed, and with Arsene Wenger, there's never going to be success. So it was good. He wanted to come back. Arsene Wenger, with his vindictive, wicked, bad French mind, refused to bring him back. Fabregas never played like a rookie. He was born ready. His passes are lovely. I remember his defense splitting pass against Burnley to Andy Shirley. That pass was the goal. I like tribute. Like this tribute is so sweet. It's like beautiful. Okay, Mr. Sugar, I want to say Edafe Fabry pass was a nightmare with passes those days. Yes, Jose Regalo say good morning, boss. I come out, I don't see you. They say you did first stack. I'm still waiting. If you go first stack, you're not finish a job. You Jose there. The one where they do you so you do your body, but you know you my special brother, so I just forgive you. I forgive you for the sake of forgiving. Emmanuel Yorokiri that day, I don't know. Aaron Turego says, Happy New Month to Olorogo Elebete, one of Africa. Thank you very much, Odiabu. He said, I am still wondering why Pep bought Matthew Kovacic. That guy, number one, Ogbori. To me, I beg, share your views on the transfer. I mean, the guy used Juju. What I'm not going to say Kovacic. I'm not going to agree with you on that. I respect your opinion. You have the right to your opinion. But I don't think Kovacic is that bad. Kovacic, if you're going to judge it from last season or the season before, Chelsea have been in the turmoil. Okay, so every player, I don't think you can look back to Chelsea last 2 or so seasons and say they've really been good. Almost everybody's been bad in that team. But Kovacic is the kind of player that it's not a Gundogan. It's not as silk in terms of movement. It's a bit of a Rolls Royce kind of player, but in that midfield, it would do well. I just think that it's a bit stiff for the system that Pep Guardiola likes to play, because the Pep Guardiola system thrives heavily on quick movement in a triangulated circle. Like it's ironic, triangulated circle. But they work in circles, but there's always a triangle inside the circle. And sometimes Kovacic can be stiff, and that can lead to ball turnover to the opposition. But I think Pep Guardiola know what he was looking for and what he wanted. But I also felt that this was giving Kevin Phillips the chance to play regularly. Well, maybe you seen him in training. I was like, okay, this guy doesn't even fit what I planned. Juju, nah, I don't think so. Matthew Kovacic is not that bad. I'm not saying he's a world class up on the hill kind of player, but he's not an average player. Actually, he's above average. He's a good player, pretty decent player that can fit the bill. That's my opinion. I might be wrong, but it's not one of those players that I would call Ogbori, because where we come from, when you say somebody Ogbori, let me give you a very good Nicolas Pepe, Ogbori. Moses Simon, Ogbori. Alex will be said follow that, those kind of players. But Matthew Kovacic is not that kind of player. Yamiti on Instagram, I said, bros, we still have a lot of players at Chelsea who need to move. We just need a replacement for Mendy. Defense is still very much okay. Are you sure your defense is okay? Koulibaly is gone. Oh. Koulibaly is gone. What's the situation with the Brazilian guy, who for me is the oldest player in the team and is still the best player on the team over a period of time, but we'll see. Cisnai Lima Sekano as Eimba chairman. If it's true, I hope he has what it takes to lead a football club. I also think Sir Felix has done his best, and maybe the club needs someone who can make them great again. I agree with you with the fact that Felix Ayasi have done his best. There's a new political party ruling in Abia State. Obviously, they would want their people. But I'll beat my chest here, and like I always do, I'll stake my neck at Kanawako would lead Enyimba to relegation. It will lead them to failure. And by relegation does not necessarily mean they will go out of the league. They might get relegated, but what I mean is playing on the continent, they should forget about it. Say, listen, African football goes beyond I'm an ex-player. There is a whole lot of Cameroon. When I told you guys that Samuel Eto'o will cause problem for Cameroon football, people that are joking, it's beginning to happen. That's how they started at the jealous. Okay, we're seeing, and I don't even know why I would jealous him. I think that what happened with Ayase, what I don't like with the way the rumors and the stories are coming up, if somebody has served you meritoriously for about 24 years or 22 years, they deserve some kind of respect. Especially in this last season, Enyimba was the poorest club in the league last season. Enyimba was going to match, arrive on match day, play their match, and on the night they would disappear. There are quite a few ones that I see because I was producing games, so I saw them. And sometimes even management could not travel with the team because they don't have money. So let's just package the players that will play the reserve coaches and let them go. They were being owed salary. That's something that is not very common with Enyimba. But then they still went on to win the league. Now, you took them to Umuahia. You hosted the team in Umuahia. Just greet them and tell them we will pay your 3-month salary that we're owing you, and then you moved on. No money, no appreciation. I'm not saying everybody's going to be like Wiki. Abia State is not River State. They don't have the same budget. They don't have the same resources. I agree. But at least if you had prepared their 3-month salary plus a little bit of bonus for winning the league title, that would have made sense. Now, if you want Ayase gone, celebrate Ayase and tell him that, oh, thank you very much for the great job that you have done. But one name, let's give somebody else a chance to try, or probably even give him the opportunity to like you already have your own person, but tell him to openly, publicly, and announce somebody as his replacement. Those kind of things that just give you the respect you deserve. That doesn't make you go behind the scenes, start plotting the downfall of the house that you built. I know what it means to be unceremoniously kicked out of an empire that you contributed in building. So I know. And I'm sitting here looking at Aim, and I'm saying to myself, first off, Aimba, INC, have done well to make sure Aimba qualified for the CAF Super League. There was supposed to be Royal. There was a battle between Royal and Aimba. And I know that INC used all his connection within the CAF space to put Aimba there, because it was like, okay, Aimba won the CAF Champions League twice, Royal have not. So Aimba got there. And CAF is going to give them $1 million, right? That $1 million, there's already planned to sign in some players on 6 months or some 1 year, to show up the team as they play on the continent, first for the Super League and then the CAF Champions League, because once you play the Super League, you're going to go straight to the group stage of the CAF Champions League, which was something fantastic, right? All of that has been prepared. And then now you're doing this. I'm not saying, and some people take my tweet when I said Aimba is going on relegation, like I don't like Conor. It's not about like. It's only in Nigeria, once my opinion does not support what you're doing, it is hatred. I have the right to an opinion. I don't think that Conor have the nuance, have the nerve in him to be the club chairman of a club this big. There are clubs and then there are clubs. You don't just put a Conor with his Popular FC. Where is Popular FC today? Popular FC is a failed project. So if we want to call it spade, let's call it spade. Let's speak truth. Not because you be ex-player. First off, ex-player, they feed anybody. You are ex-players, yes, you are good, that's your business. But I really don't give a hoot about you being an ex-player. I need pedigree. Aimba is too big for us to wake up and bring some rookie nobodies to become chairman because you be ex-player, you're from Arrow. Shut up. Who give a hoot about that shit? Okay, so for me, I think that Alex Uti is making a fundamental mistake. And I'm not so one of those people who think that IRC should stay forever or it shouldn't be let go. No, I'm not. I'm not one of that. I'm not stupid to think like that. If you want to let him go, celebrate the man. This man has brought you over 24 titles. You've won 9 league titles as chairman of this club, won 4 FA Cup, or is it 5? You've won 2 CAF Super Cup, won what's again? Every title, the CAF Champions League twice, and all of that. And then you want to let him go. You should celebrate him. One, when you celebrate him, you're showing to the next guys that are coming that achieve success like IRC, and this is how you will be celebrated. Don't kick him out like once rat that you're kicking out of your house. Even if you're doing your political consideration and all that, Aimba is not a football club. It's an African institution. It's not just a club in a bar anymore, so that you use your area market politics to come and run the club. This club is a Nigerian club. It's an African a club that people talk about on a global scale, right? So you're not going to take a decision. I think that everybody's just going to sit back and say, hey, well, no. Yeah, if you take a good decision, if you've done well too, everybody will be happy with you. But I think that Alex Uti's decision and the way they've gone about it, it's not a rumor. People are talking, that is shit as far as I'm concerned. You've got to be able to say, you know what, guy, you have done well. You're a great, faithful servant of this club. And again, let's not forget. So let me give you some very, very clear things, the politics, the dynamics of Nigerian football. If you are in Enugu and you're talking about Rangers and you're not a Rangers, an Enugu person, or you did not play football, there's a saying in Enugu, hey, Obabo, if they say no, shut up. Nobody wants to hear your opinion. Your opinion is shit, right? In Aba too, if you're talking about football or you're talking about Enyimba, they ask, Ibu Onyaba, say no. Kanawako is known in Owerri. I agree that his family is from Arochukwu, grew up in Aba. It's going to be difficult for him to just slide in, and the competitions that they're going to play is not going to slow down. Well, I am Simon. I prepare. They go beat people for inside about Aimba Stadium. Well, that's what I talk. That Aimba Stadium, they go beat people inside that stadium. Because the way Aimba plays, people go there, bet 5 million, 3 million, they bet. And sometimes when Aimba lose, maybe you don't hear those stories. When Aimba draw the game or drop point and people lose their money, they'll go Aimba camp, go to get the problem. This one, Kanwako, I wish you the very best anyway. Prove me wrong, go. If you can prove me wrong, I mean, I'll be humble here to come here and say, Kanwako, I judge you wrongly. But me, the Kanwako that I know, you saw the class of 94, apart from Michael Miller, none of them feel run anything. It's just not how people told me that I was talking rubbish when they gave Austin Jojo Kocha Delta State Football Association to run. See, today football not die for that state because of Okocha. But people don't talk. He's a legend, my foot. You legend as a football player, not as an administrator. We just saw Frank Lampard went from being a club legend to being a club shit. You understand? Hall of Fame, Hall of Shame. The only guy in the world. And nobody's complaining about it. So no one sit here, they talk, say, because it's kind of like, we shouldn't have I will get opinion. Me, I will get opinion. Because kind of like, I never see kind of like somebody who goes to that for a bar. Come they play the politics of how to collect money every match time. Come put the club together, get players in, get in. I pray safe. I even pray make it happen so that all this thing why they talk, because most time when I talk, they say I don't like the class of 94, I don't like the Olympic winners. I like them all. I like some of them, but not all of them, because they are all crappy people. That's the reason why I don't like them. They are bad example. So I don't want to hang out with people like that. Yomiti say if we let Pulisic, Gallagher, and Mount go, then we just need 2 midfielders, a striker, because we have a lot of wide attacking players already. And don't forget, we signed Jaxed and Nkunku already. I agree with you, Yomi. Yomi also said James, Gusto on the right, Silva, Fofana, and Chalobah, Badiashile, Colwell in the middle, Chilwell and Cucurella. As looking at the laugh, I'm not gonna make top 4. Don't forget, we still have Chukwuemeka upcoming. This sound like Vega team. Honestly, with the mention, I'll be like Vega team. Chukwuemeka, Caseda, Enzo. Enzo is a good player. I don't think we need to worry. For me, I am just happy that Sense is returned to the club. Well, that's your take, Chelsea fans. Other Chelsea fans, you agree with him. Where's Emmanuel Yorokiri when I need him? Yeah, I agree with Yomiti, but I think Yomiti is a good football head. So sometimes when he talk, I listen to it. Just that sometimes he talk upside down. Like when we were battling about Super Eagles players, like, oh, what class we should be playing in the semifinals. I just look at like this guy is shop shit, talk upside down. Kenetro, if he would put my grandmother in the bench, he will coach the team to the World Cup qualifiers. I see this one. Furniture is a bit of furniture, but this is where they say Paul I know, Peter I know, 7 sons of Sceva. Who are that? You don't know nothing. But for this one, when you talk, there's some sense in it. I can't argue against it that much. Okay. I don't know what I say. We there, yeah, they watch Party Elevated TV. They always make me remember the late Timmy Bikagboro of Delta TV. Back in the day, you go know he said what I go know Timmy. I don't understand. I am not understanding you right now. I am not. See, I am not understanding you right now. Timmy Bikagboro is my elder brother. He said what I go know. What is wrong with you, Aruturi? They put with it, eh? Timmy Bikagboro now. She said, let's not talk. Me what I not going to come up and say right now. I'm bros now. Even if you pocket, we know them. You forget say I'm original Warri boy. We grew up from the late Phillips, Blackburn and Novgakbo to Samuel Fejoku to Oko and the rest of them. Guy, not just go there and beg. But to me, we're together in Brazil in 2014. To me, was in my apartment all through to the finals. We flew back, and then going to the Olympics in 2016. To me, come Lagos to my place now. That we are together. If I go Warri to, I go a house after Shagolo Bridge. What do you call that place now? It's only plenty dog. Lord Mayor says no. I never reach Lord Mayor. Gwendolyn Marcos, say good morning, boss. He's my babe. My babe there. Tosi Iloyomade say, boss, that francophone is a modern day slavery. Now, mad slave. But now the African countries are the blame. So all of them of you come together to say we'll not do it again. They go kill them. France could just carry ammunition, go bomb all of them. Okay, now, what would they wait? The older people agree. The younger people supposed to get sense. Lord Mayor, this Guinness Book of Record in Nigeria is a joke, especially the Yorubas like competition. I don't think you should make it about tribe. This is not a tribal decision. This is just something that is normal. Again, there's something that I think people are making mistake about. You know, people think that, oh, because you said Guinness Book of Record, other people should read it. I don't think it is right. The truth of the matter is we are all where we are in terms of our career because we saw somebody else do it and we want to do it. I would think that we can do it. So it's the same thing with the Guinness Book of Record. If it's become a vogue right now, it will still fade away, but I don't want to make it about tribe or because it's an individual decision. No tribe calls everybody together and say, hey, Emiko, Iworabo, Emiko, when I gather here, and now Igbo person don't win this thing, Yoruba children was gonna. Nobody does that. So it's not a tribal thing, it's just an individual thing. I could wake up, even me, I like on the Guinness Book of Record. I've been thinking, I was like, okay, can I talk sports? But I don't realize that I can't because anything coming between me and my sleep, I need it too like them. I'm telling you now. Anything that coming between me and my sleep, no. The only thing that can come between me and my sleep are my children. That one I agree because that's me in another form. I agree. But all these Guinness Book of Record, go and sit down. I don't want that tagging the Guinness Book of Record. I don't tell my sister that bless her. I say the one way you get to do all of us. All of us go that one. You get like how many 6 different Guinness Book of Record. You do us. No need for plenty for sure. I know the question. Not everything I won't get. And like I tell people, I like the way billionaires they live their life. But if I'm comfortable, I'm okay. I don't need to be a billionaire to be comfortable. But if billions come, not because I can reject. I'm just saying I don't want to beg anybody before I pay my bills. I don't want to beg anybody before I eat with I want. If I want to go to Cross and Cream and eat, I should be able to go. If I want to go to Dubai and go and shop that caviar for Burj Khalifa, it's just like dear Shah, $50,000. India, the way I am raised to spend that kind of money for a plate of food, did he get the $50,000? You know that Emmanuel, you don't understand. It's a big one for us. Let me say, PSG should get rid of Mbappe. They cannot. To get rid of him, they need to pay 240 million. This one they call Agbada. He don't hook for barbed wire. He not go fit. They not fit. They don't get the levels. Now 1 year now. Next summer now he will come out. So they will go for Osimhen. I want him to leave the shadows of the Napoli chairman. You know, the shadow of the Napoli chairman. Stop talking like that. If now you get Napoli, people talk like you, they happy. If the Napoli chairman no sign him before for 80 million, at the time when Napoli chairman signed Osimhen for 80 million, did anybody in the world think Osimhen is worth that amount of money? And another 3 seasons, he don't groom Osimhen to become what he be. You think say only Osimhen they play for Napoli? You don't think say that thing where they shout for stadium where they'll say Osimhen, announcer will shout Victor, everybody will shout. You don't know say that the Napoli chairman I instigate that thing to the happen. You tell all those why don't they shout Cava Farastella, Cava? I mean you say the name not sweet for Max to call or Zobo Anguiza. Zobo. You just say the man shout all those ones. There is something the man have invested. Now you say you don't that the shadow. I don't understand though. That's what people like you might deceive lots. Come up from under the shadow of Abraham. And why I thought to sort of. Now people like you, it to say Lord follow Abraham. I say for follow around, go enter better place. He go say, I beg, divide the inheritance. Like say like a something they give you say me the share. They give you something, help me look after my sheep. All of a sudden you say make we share. And people like you. So if you don't have the shadow of Aurelio Llorente, anything you like about Osimhen today, this is not the same Osimhen way a few seasons ago. When I say too stubborn, he own too much. What did they feel like? Now because you don't be highest goal scorer, I don't win league. I say you don't have the shadow of Aurelio Llorente. Wow, Nigerians, more they calm down. Because I remember the foul now waka. More take it easy. Let me say, Emmanuel, greetings, Baba. Let me say, Cesc Fabregas never won the Champions League. I don't want to say win Champions League. Somebody give a tribute. You be enemy of progress, prisoner of hatred. Chris Siwa, send me go bros. Who this Chris Siwa? Brando, you're okay, man. I say, gracias Fabregas. Okay. Let me say, boss, start 1, bench 1, drop 1. KDB, Fabregas, and Luka Modric. I'll drop Kevin De Bruyne. I will start Fabregas and I'll bench Luka Modric. Yeah. If you know what I know, you would agree with me. Yorokiri Mano, I say the mayor of Lagos. I greet you especially. That time when they stole Quest Street, you got one boy where they call mayor for the round the compound. Abi Wale. I remember when they call mayor like that. Okuro brother friend like that. Alempu friend, yeah. Alempu friend. Peter Orupe says, my memorable moment was the fantastic 1-2 with Andre Shirley that led to a goal for Chelsea. A fantastic player. Which legend should we call him? Barca legend, Arsenal legend, Spanish football legend. That's what you should call him. Call him Spanish football legend. But he's an Arsenal legend. When he was a captain of Arsenal, he was a legend. You will still call him an Arsenal legend. I don't know if Chelsea fans consider him a legend at Chelsea. I don't know if Barcelona fans consider him a legend at Barcelona. But for trading that pass that led to World Cup winning goal, hey, you give him the legend of Spanish football. Odin Remeleka said Liverpool does spend money past Arsenal this summer already. Are you sure about that? No, I'm not sure. Arsenal don't do over 200 though. Liverpool don't do reach 200 so. Lord Mayor, I say my memorable goal of success is Arsenal versus Juventus 2006 and Arsenal versus Tottenham 2008. Yorokin Emmanuel say at Urupe, I remember that moment. It was a soft one touch. Okay. That's my name. It's a soft one touch. Soft walk. Damola Ibrahim Abiadu, I'd like to read all the comments. He said, good morning, boss. Comment to you. Let me say, boss, do we Arsenal fans see Fabregas as a legend in Arsenal, especially in the Emirates era? To me, Fabregas will always be a legend. I don't know about you, because that team, badness, not because of Fabregas, and because of Kola coach who get as a Vega, Mukite. They negotiate to pay her £200,000 to bring her to Nigeria. They call her Mukite. God will judge my case. Oh, especially. Damola Ibrahim Abiadu say, we'll never forget Fabregas 2 quick goals against Spurs. Now Fabregas, with the Fabri pass with the column for viewing center, then everybody calls him Fabri pass. That guy can pass. He can pass. Can make your sins to pass away. That guy, Jesus, can make your enemies then pass. He said Liverpool link with a player within 2 to 3 days, it's done deal. But my Arsenal would take forever to agree deal. I just hope this week is going to be the week that all this deal is finalized. So let me break that down for you. Liverpool are in a safe place with the financial fair play. Arsenal are not. They are sitting on the edge. So what they've actually done is wait for the calendar to close in June and then start a new calendar in July. Now all of these deals will be fresh. That's why they're also negotiating for to stretch the payment for amortization's sake. Liverpool don't get that kind of issue because over the years, Liverpool have been, apart from the salary increase of Mo Salah, they really stayed within a very good budget. And now that they spend big, when they start signing down with Nunes, now the big money signing. So if you look carefully, they could afford to do the things where they do the way they want. They have to say Arsenal players not come in. They go come in, but you need to be able to manage the situation and not put the club in trouble. I know that as a fan, you just want to hear all the deals announced. I'm not sure, say, any of the 3 deals, Duran Timbers, Kai Havertz is already a done deal, and pot of rice, London rice, go fall through. Sansana go enter your rice. Your team are not go for water loss. Everything will do okay. So just chill, okay? Ibrahim Abedu. Lord Mayor say, I like Mbappe and what he is demanding from football, but he shouldn't run down that contract. He should sign 1-year deal so PSG will have a bargain power after they spend a lot signing him from Monaco. That's you being wicked now because 1 minute you want him to leave, 1 minute you want him to stay. I don't really understand what you, the one that's confused here. The contract when he signed says if he stayed to the end of the contract, say he no move. He wanted to leave 2 seasons ago. Macron, that's French president, got involved, intervened, and begged, said, no, you have to stay. You are the football icon. You are the image of French football right now. You can't just leave. Look at every country. Their best players in their country, apart from the South Americans. You also have to share, it is both a soft power and all that. So he stayed. But in the contract, he put a clause, say, look, if I stay and I honor this contract to the end, you're going to give me £240 million. Apart from all this big salary and bonuses, if I win Champions League, you give me this. If I win the World Cup, I play for Paris Saint-Germain, I get this bonus. If I win the Ballon d'Or, I get this. But the guy don't realize, say, if he play for France for the next 10 years, he's not going to win Ballon d'Or. That's one. Because now, at the start of last season, they said Kylian Mbappe is above Kylian Mbappe. Today, as we speak, Kylian Mbappe is, they said Kylian Mbappe is above Haaland, sorry. Now, currently, Haaland is above Kylian Mbappe. So he's looking at it like, look, if I continue like this, I don't go anywhere. I need to move. But at the same time, I'm not going to force a movement. Paris Saint-Germain actually want him to force a movement. so that they could sell him. But it no one force that movement. A contract will end. Well, I mean, if you stay for another 6 months, this is July now. If you stay for another 6 months, by January, you can sign a pre-contract with Real Madrid, where it goes for free. And Real Madrid will also pay him sign-on bonus. And then by the summer, Paris Saint-Germain will give him 240 million. Think about it, man. A business, a good business for him. You can buy the entire Cameroon with that money. Oh, sorry. Cameroon has smoked my numbers. I was joking. That was a joke. What's it called? Peter Knight says enough message from YouTube. We plenty, and I go read all of the finish. No worry, time day. I go read all of the finish. Yomiti said, don't forget, we still have Chukwu. Okay, I think I've read that one before. Official 69 football, he say he's an Arsenal legend and a Spanish legend. He wasn't really influential at backup. Xavi and Iniesta were in charge in the midfield. Okay, I agree with you. Now, Yomiti say, take Lampard away. Fabregas was the best creative midfielder Chelsea was lucky to have, and since he left, we have not filled that space. That's the kind of standard he set. Pure gold for me. Thank you very much for that one. Devil Ibrahim Abiodun says Spurs are doing good in doing which good? Because they signed Madison. They should get out of this place. Let me say, I would prefer Fofana more than Lavia. Yeah, Lavia is a good player, but I think Fofana is a lot more experienced. Is a better player in his position than Lavia. But Lavia is not a bad player. I'm not going to can't talk him down. If we sign him on Liverpool sign or anybody sign him, it's a good player. I think he's one for the future anyway. But the thing about Fofana is Fofana is one for now. Lavia is still one for the future. He put up a Champions League game, the game go overwhelm him, unless he's Fabregas. Peter Arukwa says Chelsea have over 45 senior players, so the clear out is necessary. Nicky and Jackson has been signed. We still need Casado to partner Enzo and second choice goalkeeper and maybe another striker. Then we are good. I like that. Yorokiri Emmanuel say Formula One they be like RNG. Them say them they decide the motto. They want to make it win. I agree with you on that one. That's the feeling I also have. Tosi Iluyomade says the boss. So Yusuf, they play FP. I know they play before. I know Kuku Sabi. But the people for Elegbete TV family WhatsApp group, they force me. All them Timothy Debo, Ibrahim, all of them, Myro, they force me. Man, not go be bad leader when they listen to the people now. I can't go play. See, it's the worst thing worst decision I ever made in my life because I'm there years so. I finished 10th on the league table. In my life, I've never finished that low anywhere. I'm a serial winner. That's for me, that's relegation. That's monumental failure. In one thing in my life, I have failed woefully as FPA. So make I look. If this next season I plan, I still go finish for that kind of low place. I'm going to get out of FPA. I will come back here and tell you people that I have found something that I am not good at, and I go quit. That is, they can't force me, not be forced. I know if you feel lion shit. WhatsApp family people, one I don't know that one, and I'm my own. I talk one more season. Para one of sports. I agree to you. Say Fabregas was arguably the greatest player to play at the Emirates. His maturity and composure was well beyond his years. His versatility was second to none. SS, CM, CM, etc. His goals and assists. Whoa, this guy is good. I like people who pay tribute like this. This tribute is so sweet. Oh boy. When I just saw come over this studio today, on the dinner. What is this? What is this? What is happening here? They don't set me up. They have set me up today. Hey, I can't leave you again. I'm on today, Grace Coca. I don't one guy called Dr. Coca that here for Lagos FAO. Are you people related? I don't miss it. This is okay. He said they play. I don't understand what you mean by they play, Sham. Just they say, guess the team is trying to trim the bloated team. That's Chelsea. Debola Ibrahim Abiodun, they say Chelsea are signing the young and they use to see the young shall grow. Okay. Pereira won us sports says lifted Arsenal and helped sustain top four for the Gunners in the post-Ivory era, since a young and hard-working leader, captain, never lazy. I love you, sex. I'm glad you won the EPL at last. Okay, Pereira won us sports says please celebrate. He says on Arsenal, Barcelona, or Chelsea legend is an Arsenal legend as far as I'm concerned. I don't care what any other person think, and I think it's Spanish football legend as well. Demola Ibrahim Abiodun says Liverpool are doing good in the transfer market. The way it is spelled his name, Zobolai, a good player with McAllister in midfield. That's a good buy. I agree with you on that one. Demola Ibrahim says, I remember you saying the team Fabregas joined then will win the league, and Chelsea won it. That time you are a genius. So now I be what? I be Mugu. As much as we didn't know what you and you think of person. They say Chelsea is trying to trim down the bloated squad. Okay, I agree with you on that one. Gusto, Jackson, Nkuku already confirmed, and they are to fill some of the missing pieces last season. Okay, I agree with you on that one. Henry Agbatutu say, what a wow. Okay, this is what I am missing. Where you this is Henry Agbatutu? Okay, Henry, European man say Kovacic na good player, but sometimes if they hold the ball for too long, but I trust Pep. No, Pep will make them understand, say we can't have two players holding the ball for too long. We already have Grealish or Greenwich Meridian. We cannot have two players. Henry Agbatu to talk if you want to talk. Let me just say, what did he say? Say what? Quintin, say good morning, bros. Edafe. Honestly, your sporting analysis is on another level. It's just because you are Niger. I like being Niger like that. Anybody don't like me, make it go look bush. I don't even want me to like me because of my skin. Am I Michael Jackson? If you don't like me, that's your business. But I love the way I do. I know that I'm the best when it comes to football analysis in the world. I don't even need anybody to tell me. But everyone is supposed to say clubs needs to do more. Really, Arnold should be converted to CM. They should bring in another right back. Then their defense, a back up CB in case Virgil van Dijk decides not to stay fit. Thiago should remain for squad depth. I agree with you on all this one that you've said, but I think that the question was that to Liverpool currently with the signings that they've made, McAllister, Zobo from Juba, do they have any excuse if they don't make the top four? Quentin said, I live in Spain and I follow sports in EU generally. Bro, them no rich, although we idolize them. I know. Thank you very much. Quentin said, I respect your passion to stay back home. No, come on, Nigeria. That one, I don't fit. I wish we have more of you to boost the country's sporting spirit. I think there is a whole lot coming. I wouldn't say I'm the only one. This is a situation like the Elijah situation in the Bible when he said he was the only one and God told him there are 50 people, 500 people that have not bowed their knees to bow. So I think that there are a lot of people coming. There is, I like Emmanuel Sebastian, what he's doing. There is Timothy Deibo. There is Felix the Great. There is Joy. There is Zamora in Rairom, Zamora in Jaws. There is a lot of people. It's just that, you see, the thing is, as you grow, you become brave. If you notice, I'm a lot braver now than I was maybe when I was in Brilla because I control my own platform, right? So I think as they grow, they become masters of it. The truth is the Nigerian football industry right now is an open market that would blow very big. What's the use of me going abroad and go and do jobs that I don't like when I can contribute to that explosion? Systematically, between 2000 and say 2014 and now, the Nigerian football ecosystem is evolving. I still miss Umukarabo because the template and the move that I was making was really very, very strategic. But I think we're getting there, and eventually we're going to become power block where we no longer need to depend on maybe a South African company or a European company to help us push our leagues. And we are the ones that will position ourselves for it. Yes, it's hard. Sometimes I always wish that, I wish there's somebody who say, if I want to partner you financially, get you the right equipment, get your team doing the things that you want to do. Eventually, when you start earning, you pay back. Yeah, I wish I have that, but I don't have it. I'm still not going to quit. I'm going to be here and try as much as possible to make it happen. It's hard, though. It's a very hard decision, especially when you see all your mates or your friends running abroad. Before you know, they don't send money, they don't buy a house, or they don't buy cars, and you're driving out, you're rotting on that city we not get AC. Sometimes it's hard. But hey, somebody's gonna love something to the point where you say, you know what, you can make all the sacrifice and get it done. And that's exactly what I am, standing for. And I hope one day it's good. Quentin says, keep the good work. We're waiting. You right here from Barca, Spain. Thank you very much. And my love to everybody at that beautiful old cathedral in Barcelona. The Catalonia people. Oh, they're very artistic people. And the lovely rice in Spain. People can cook sha. Ugochukwu Uwanchinemelu, aka Stanley. Are you still in Abuja or you don't in Canada? He said, I really do not think Kanu Nwankwo will be a good administrator. It can be a good administrator, but Eyimba too big for him. It can be. Anybody can learn and grow. But Eyimba and where Eyimba is right now, what they are about doing, I think it's too big. Chris, I said, nice one, Senior Bros. Same to you. Mario Nathaniel says, Ugochukwu, based on what? Okay, Yorokiri Manuel said Chelsea needs a real number 9, one midfielder and one central back to make top 6. You're not even there for top 4. Making top 4 will be a bonus to me. Ugochukwu Wanchinemelu replied, Mario Nathaniel says, this is a subjective view, however, it is based on watching his management of Kano Heart Foundation, blah, 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 blah. I don't even want to talk about that. Let's not even go there because I know in my heart of heart that he's not the owner of Kano Heart Foundation. So if I talk, people like say I fool myself in this conversation. Ibanga Smart say, Elebete, these are some of the reasons why in politics, politicians want their political party to remain in power because of the kind of senseless shake-up that happens sometimes. I agree with you. Ibanga Smart want to say, they don't even seek counsel from those in the system or consultation from the people already in the system, but carry out anywhere Rebele face appointment. Where have you been? He said, you still finished above Chelsea, bros. Not 2 of them finished. No, finishing 10th in a league. As failure. Aroture says all these sign out Man City will still carry the league. I guess the struggle is for 2nd, 3rd, and 4th position. Chief Elebete, make you use one day share your playing time. I beg. Okay, we'll try and share that one. We'll talk about that. Ugochukwu Wanchinemelu says, no, I don't use one day share. I'm going to put up like in between like that. Both my coaching and everything and my club management. And if you use one day share, people go sign out. Greetings from Atiba Hutchinson and Alfonso Davis adopted country. Okay, finally you are there. I was supposed to be in Abuja yesterday. I was just even thinking I'll call you if I don't take off, but then plans change. Thank God you're not even in Abuja again. Nurin Turin, that's my last read for the day. On Monday, we're not supposed to pass 10 o'clock. Fabregas was wonderful. As a Juve fan, it was a pleasure just watching him play and started finding the net quite often at some point. Okay, great guy, good public personality. Thank you very much, everybody. I think I've read every message that came in. Sometimes I miss some out, but today I don't think there's anybody who can accuse me that I didn't read their message. Good time we spent together today. We started the week very well. Okay, so there are 3 messages that came in on my WhatsApp, but I didn't read them. Maybe tomorrow or the day after, I'll read them. Say tomorrow, be me, Joy Bassi, Emmanuel Sebastian, and you guys. So let's do it again tomorrow. It's getting exciting, but as I do it before I go, this is an appeal. It's not false, but it's an appeal that is forceful. It's a forceful appeal. Please, if you have not subscribed to Elemented TV YouTube channel, the thing say when I don't subscribe, I go die, hungry go kill me. When I think I will, hungry go really kill me if I don't subscribe. Not true. Hungry go kill me. So if I know I'm hungry, kill me. When I subscribe, those of them are way there in the abroad. All of a sudden, when I stop to the dash me, when I stop to dash us money, say waiting when I hear say we don't reach where I be, we don't get money, or when I hear say the bullion van we use mistake enter Tinubu house, don't use backside, go enter my copper. I don't understand. When I have to say we don't do this, and fuel price will go up, and I need dash us money again. Okay, now I want to now come here. We will do the show for darkness. When I do, now that's how I'm going to do. When I say data don't increase, data price will go up. And all I really do with this, data don't go up, fuel don't go up. When I know the dash us money, okay now, go there. Subscribe when I don't subscribe. Tell my friends I'm supposed to work out with my friend when I don't take their phone, take the subscribe, don't go arrest them. Just take their phone and subscribe. What will they go up? When I not grab it, God is watching people on 3D. Don't worry. Go see him. My name is Idafe Manchester. You love to come in with us. It's been nice on the sports buffet this morning. Thank you very much, Joy Bassi. See you again tomorrow. Tomorrow. As my son will say, tomorrow. See you again tomorrow. All right, guys. Bye-bye. This is how we pack it and move out of the studio. By tomorrow, we will be back here. Emmanuel Sebastian going to feel good now. Liverpool. Where's that Liverpool guy? Eze Patrick. You know that today, Liverpool have started signing players and they don't show themselves. When you are so we take Waka come out. All of them, I hail on a big time. God, now, only God will bless you for me. But when I subscribe to the YouTube channel, it's very, very important. And for those of you that will never download the Elevated TV mobile radio app, what you know the wait, you know they take that out. Just download the type Elevated TV for your Play Store, whether iOS or whether Android. Or. That's how they complain. Say, hey, you know the for iOS. I don't go pay the money. I don't put that for iOS. Mona still download that again. Now see work. They'll cook rotten beans given a face. I beg, I don't understand. Let's go find out Babalawo now. We will staff my corner. We go hold. That's where they do again. Go up ball like this. That one they shot. Jesus with the eyes. I'll go bring a come. We go my back for the show. Anyway, I shall work one hour last time. When I just use that press, so I do. That's what we tell you now. Okay. We leave like that. Leave and let's leave.